How's it going, everybody? We're back, game week 10 for the preview. Early games this week. We are on for Friday. We have Southampton Leicester right off the bat. So I got to do it a little bit early this week. So wasn't a great week for game week 9, but we'll take a look at that. We'll look at how I did for my predictions and clean sheets and my picks and all that sort of stuff. I got it right here on the old notebook of what I did previously. Didn't do too well last week, so hopefully we did something a little bit better this week. So let's see how we did. If you were on before, I was trying to fix all the graphics and stuff here. I forgot to do it before we started, so that's my team up on the screen there. So what we'll do is we'll actually go through the results first and see how I did results wise, and then we'll come back to the this week's results rather. So if I bring over what I got for that, so this was the tweet I made. So I said West Ham would win 2-1. They didn't, so we don't get anything for that. I said it was going to be a draw for Aston Villa and Brighton. Did not. Bournemouth, nothing there because I predicted a win. I predicted a Chelsea win over Newcastle. They did win, but they only won 1-0. Leicester was close to getting the right score, 3-1 versus the actual 2-1. I thought Tottenham would win 2-1. They didn't. Wolves, I thought, would beat Southampton, ended up being a draw. Man City, I said, would win 3-1, but they only won 2-0, even though they probably could have won 5, maybe 6. They missed a handful of goals. I then said Liverpool win 2-1. It was actually ended up being a draw. And then I said Arsenal win 3-0. Should probably bet on Arsenal to win more often. They lost 1-0 to Sheffield United. And the only picks out of all the things that I got right was Ramsdale for Bournemouth keeping a clean sheet. Arsenal did not keep a clean sheet. They lost 1-0. Tierney didn't even feature in the entire squad. Yarmolenko started on the bench and did not return. And Wesley did not get any returns for Aston Villa. So overall, not great. I think the only results that I got right was Chelsea's 1 point, Leicester's 1 point, Man City's 1 point. Yeah, so another 3 points again. So not the greatest, not the greatest there. Things did not go my way. Mind you, the last 2 game weeks have been pretty bad, so we're looking to hope to change some of that luck in the future. So we can get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. And we'll go to the team and see how we did overall. So, originally in my team, I had Otamendi in, and I had Mahrez in. My first sub was Rico, my second sub was Mason Greenwood, and my third sub was Lundstrom. Otamendi did not play, Greenwood did not play, and Mahrez didn't play, which means that Rico and Lundstrom came in for a nice 14 points, which we probably didn't deserve, but it's fine. That's why you set up your bench the way you do. But if Greenwood had have come in, that would have probably been bad. But in a game like Liverpool, he was highly unlikely to. But maybe a wonder goal or something was what we were looking for there. So Pope only obviously getting the 1 point. Team didn't keep a clean sheet. Didn't rack up very many saves. He also has Chelsea at home this week coming up. So not looking great, but a little decent run after the fact. But yeah, just not the best returns the last this week going. I knew it wasn't going to be great because they played Leicester, and Leicester obviously a very good team. Very jammy, I will admit, but that's why you have a bench. That's why you have a bench. I was also sweating when I saw they had 1 sub left, and it could have been Mahrez, but yeah. Robertson keeping a clean sheet. Did he keep a clean sheet? No, he didn't. It was 1-1 United. He got an assist and he got 2 bonus points as far as I know, or 3 bonus points actually. So did quite well. A little bit of a flag here for Robertson. I think Trent also has a flag as well. Potentially a knock, but they should probably be fine. Rico obviously getting a clean sheet, getting 2 bonus, quite nice. Soyuncu obviously didn't keep a clean sheet, but he didn't get a yellow, which is fine, so 2 points is okay. And Lundstrom not getting bonus, but keeping the clean sheet as well in the 1-0 win over Arsenal. My transfer for the week, the one that I used, was swapping Salah out for Mane, which was good because Salah was not in the entire squad. Obviously, Mane had a goal disallowed, so not great there. But we brought him in because we knew Salah was going to be out, and he looks the more threatening player at the moment. He seems to be a bit more clinical in my eyes, and plus he's cheaper. So Mason Mount, and we'll put Tammy Abraham in this. Mason Mount should have scored at least once. Tammy Abraham could have scored twice. Just on another day, those shots go in. They obviously kept the clean sheet, so Mount gets 3 instead of 2, and Abraham was my captain, who obviously only gets 2. Sterling picking up one of the assists in the City game, in their 2-0 win over Crystal Palace, and then Cantwell kept the clean sheet in the 0-0 with Bournemouth, and then Pukki got himself a yellow card, I believe. Yep, he did. So not great overall. And like I said, the players all on the bench did not play. So not great overall, but it did mean a rank rise because the average was 37, and I was at 43 points. So could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. So let's take a look at the fixtures for next week. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to repurpose this here. I'm going to go to... nope, don't need that yet. Alright, so Southampton versus Leicester. Let's bring our trusty notepad across here. That should be in the shot. So Southampton versus Leicester. Leicester obviously doing quite well. Southampton getting a draw out of the Wolves game away from home. I think Leicester should be pretty comfortable here. I feel like Leicester could do better, a little bit better defensively. They have a couple of lapses in judgment throughout a game, and then that usually leads to a goal, but they tend to score at least 2, so it's fine. But I expect them to keep a clean sheet in this one. I'm going to go with the Leicester City 2-0. Man City versus Aston Villa. Well, it's Man City at home. They're versus a team that was newly promoted. Yeah, I think City will just have to bounce back because they're chasing down Liverpool now. They know they have to make up the gap, especially if Liverpool drops something against Spurs. They know this could be an easy opportunity to pick up some more points. I think City, with their injuries still, they may concede a goal, so I'm going to say this is going to be a City 3-1 victory. Brighton versus Everton. I think Everton suck, even though they beat West Ham. West Ham dropping the ball there. I think Brighton will probably win this one 2-1. I just see Brighton just going at Everton, and Everton being away from home is not usually the greatest thing in the world. Watford versus Bournemouth. Watford have started to pick up a little bit from what we've seen. They really missed Troy Deeney, obviously. I'm not sure when he's actually scheduled to be back, but he should be one of those players that they're looking to basically kind of revitalize the team and get them going. I still think Bournemouth should have probably done better against Norwich. I think they will do better because Watford will actually try to play football. I think Bournemouth will win this one by 2-1. West Ham versus Sheffield United. Since it's a lower opposition or lower-ish opposition team, I think West Ham will bounce back against Sheffield United. I think it's going to be a 2-1. I still think Sheffield United has the ability to score a goal, but obviously they play a lot better against the top 6 teams than they do against the lower-end teams. Very similar to how Wolves was last season. Very good against top 6, and then everyone else was kind of inconsistent. Burnley versus Chelsea. I think that Chelsea should be able to handle this game quite easily. I think that Burnley is very susceptible, especially against the likes of people who can basically play with the ball on the ground, which Chelsea are obviously very good with. They're obviously very good in the air. Chelsea are going to try to play the ball on the ground, and their players are pretty burly. They're not going to be the quickest players. So if you can get like Hudson-Odoi in a 1v1 on the outside, and he could beat his man, or Willian or Pedro, and then the likes of Mason Mount kind of floating back and forward in the number 10 role, then you can look to see Chelsea scoring quite a few here, I think. I'm going to go with the Chelsea 3-1 victory. I think Burnley will score. They'll probably get a set piece or something like that. But yeah. Moving on to the Sunday games, we have a Wolves that's not really playing all that great because they still have Europa League football. And Newcastle, who, I mean, they kept Chelsea only scoring 1 goal against them, but they just can't score, really. I mean, they scored 1 against United, but, you know, was it really like a well-worked goal? It was a decent goal, but you probably say that's probably in the upper half of, like, decent goals. You probably don't get many of those. And I just think Almiron and Joe Linton just haven't found the synergy that Iosi Perez and Rondon had of last season. But I think this could be one of those games. It's probably going to be some type of draw. I think it's or maybe a Wolves edging it. I think both teams are just rubbish, so I'm just going to go with a 0-0, honestly. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Now this fixture last year was one of the fixtures that Arsenal had. That was one of their very few home fixtures in the rundown to the final games of the season. They lost this game last season. I believe it was 3-2 Crystal Palace. So why not do it again? Let's just go 3-2 Crystal Palace. Sure, why not? Crystal Palace are doing quite well. At a point, they were in the top 4, believe it or not. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll give it the run back. Liverpool versus Tottenham. I don't see anything but a Liverpool win. I think maybe some magic from Son can maybe get them a goal. I just see Liverpool winning this game quite comfortably because Spurs at the back are absolutely terrible. And Spurs will actually try to play football. They won't sit in. So I think Liverpool will win this game 3-1. Did you manage to see the Arsenal highlights from today's game? I saw the free kicks that were taken from Pepe. That's it. And on one of those free kicks, I could have saved it because the ball was traveling so slow. It was the one that was more to the right of the goal, or Pepe's right of the goal. But apparently Arsenal weren't great at all. So, and they keep neglecting Ozil, who's apparently this great player that's being paid for paying 350 grand a week to play Fortnite. I know you would like that, Jalen. I know you would like that. Get paid 350 grand a week to sit home and play Fortnite. That'd be quite nice. Be quite nice to do. Even though I've never played Fortnite, I'd probably be rubbish at it anyway. But yeah, I mean, if somebody scores if somebody scores a free kick, you know, credit to him. Obviously, he played good in the Sheffield United game in terms of like his personal play, but it was just the simple things like finishing a 4-yard tap in, you know, those sorts of things were quite bad. So I think he'll still come good. I know people are giving him a lot of stick, but it is what it is. Anyway, back to the game. So last game is Norwich versus Man United. Norwich is struggling to find goals. United, I don't even know. I'm just gonna go with a 1-1, honestly. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm just gonna go with a 1-1 because I have no clue. That's usually my default go-to, is go with a 1-1. We know United will score 1 goal because they do, and then they'll probably concede 1 to something stupid. That seems like the most likely storyline. In terms of clean sheet, well, I'm gonna have to back Leicester on this one. I'm gonna have to back Leicester. We'll have to back one of our 2 clean sheets that we've picked, and I think Leicester is probably the more likely. In terms of goalkeeper for this week, I don't know. It's probably something. It could be quite interesting. I don't know. I think probably. I mean, I picked Ramsdale last week, so I probably shouldn't pick him again. Who shall I go for? I want to go with Dubravka from. But I picked him before. See, the thing is, I really want to go with somebody like Lloris, even though the odds are against him. Because maybe he just has a masterclass, saves a penalty, and the game ends up being like a 1-1 or something, and he still gets bonus points. Maybe that's how it'll work out. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, Otamendi and Stones are back, so maybe we'll go with the likes of Ederson from Man City. We'll go with Ederson for Man City, I think, for that. For defender, it's probably going to be potentially somebody with a return. Maybe somebody with a potential clean sheet, perhaps. There's not really much there because I don't think, as much as Liverpool have been playing quite well, the fullbacks haven't really done what they did last season, at least in the first few games, based on their price point. This is a really tricky one, actually. Really tricky one. Really tricky one. Let's go with the likes of Willy Bolly from Wolves. I just think that it's going to probably be a clean sheet for Wolves. Like, it's net. Like, Newcastle probably won't score. If anything, it'll be a win for Wolves, 1-0 or something like that. And Willy Bolly is the cheapest out of all the Wolves defenders. I don't know if he was injured or wasn't playing, or they just priced him differently. But I can see him getting maybe like a set piece goal, and heading that one home. So yeah, we'll go with the big man. In the likes of midfield, I think I'm gonna have to go with the likes of Zaha here from Crystal Palace, because I think that against Arsenal, a team that he could have potentially gone to, when there was transfer rumors stirring around, he's going to probably have a point to prove, probably show people up. He's playing out on the wing as far as I know, so he'll probably be up against the likes of, if Bellerin plays, or Chambers maybe, but he should be matching him for pace, and he's just got that skill to basically beat a man and then cut inside. For forward, could be any number of people. Let's go with the man. Let's go with Jamie Vardy. I think he's going to continue his goal scoring form. He just scored in the last game. I think he's going to go again. We'll go with that, I think, for our picks there. So let's run it down. We have Leicester with a victory 2-0 over Southampton. Man City 3-1 over Aston Villa. Brighton 2-1 over Everton. Watford losing to Bournemouth 2-1. West Ham winning 2-1 to Sheffield United. Chelsea getting an away win 3-1 against Burnley. Newcastle and Wolves being the worst game on television, 0-0. Crystal Palace upsetting Arsenal 3-2 at home, repeating the same fixture that they did last year. Liverpool winning 3-1 over a out-of-form Spurs, and Norwich and Man United doing what the teams are probably mostly good at doing, which is drawing and being very bad. Even though Norwich started quite good to the season, and same for United. For the clean sheet, we're going with Leicester. Goalkeeper, we'll go with Ederson at Man City. Defender, we'll go with Willy Bolly at Wolves. Zaha for Crystal Palace in the midfield. And Jamie Vardy for the forward. So we'll keep that off to the side here, and we'll use that for later. Now, moving on to the main part that everyone's been waiting for. That is currently my team. Now, we have the wild card active. We've kept that a secret for a while. We currently have 0.6 million in the bank, so the changes that we've made thus far are follows. So we've gotten rid of both our goalkeepers, and we've replaced them with Henderson and Ramsdale. So that was Button and Pope out for Henderson and Ramsdale, and we're going to basically go with a rotation system on both of those. So basically when Ramsdale has a good fixture, he will play, and then when we go with when Henderson has a good fixture, we'll go with Henderson. Down the back, I'm breaking all of your players. Stay away. This is the best team in my opinion, from what I currently had, based on what I could do. So in the defenders that we swapped out, so we took out Robertson and we took out trying to remember, who did we take out? We took out Robertson and I'm missing somebody. And Otamendi, because Otamendi's obviously was injured and he seems to be just bad. Watch, he'll probably score or something this week. plus we got his price rise on him. So we brought in Dunk, and we brought in Pereira. We're going with the double Leicester defense because I think Leicester with these fixtures, as you can see here, should be good all the way up until basically the middle of December, and then we can make adjustments during this game week. So Norwich, not known for scoring. Aston Villa away could be a bit tricky, but should be okay there. Watford at home, Watford basically can't score. Everton at home, Everton are crap. Brighton away suck, they're only good at home. Arsenal at home, well, Arsenal are pretty garbage. Crystal Palace away, that could be a bit of a tricky fixture. And Southampton away, I think Southampton is not very great. Southampton 1-0 Inc, yeah, probably. That's probably what will happen. Moving on into the midfield, so we swapped out Mahrez for De Bruyne. We obviously previously swapped out Salah for Sadio Mane, and we took out Cantwell and put in Callum Hudson-Odoi. So the two teams that I have triple ups on currently are Chelsea and Leicester, because I think they have the best fixtures. And then we will be looking at the likes of Jamie Vardy up front from Leicester as well. And then we got the three that I think are most likely to play for Chelsea. Mason Mount is obviously influential in the team. Tammy Abraham is the starting forward for the team, and Hudson-Odoi is just, I mean, he's six million, and he's their starting left winger, like, guaranteed. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. They're bringing De Bruyne back in. That's pretty straightforward. We got rid of him to gain 0.1 on him, but we did have to pay an extra 0.1 to get him back because he had already gone up, and I hadn't made the decision to wildcard at the time because there were certain factors that I had to weigh up before that. And then, like I said, up front we have Tammy Abraham and Jamie Vardy. So that's currently what we got going on here. I'm still undecided on Pereira. I'm not sure if I can, if I want to go through with that, or if I want to still keep Robertson. Game week ruined on Friday. Nah, you gotta believe. You gotta believe. And maybe potentially Robertson, and then change out Henderson for another 4.5 that has the same type of fixture. But we'll see. I'll have to mill it over because Liverpool's fixtures are not great for clean sheet wise. So Tottenham at home, okay, yeah, Spurs have been playing bad, but they'll probably score 1. Aston Villa away, not necessarily guaranteed clean sheet there. Man City home, there's going to be goals against that. Crystal Palace away, Crystal Palace may score in that. Brighton at home should be fine. Everton at home should be fine, but we can always get him back for the start of these. And then also there's this blank in game week 18 during the Christmas period, so could be something that we have to kind of assess as the season goes on. So let's look at what the team actually looks like right now. So I think that Ramsdale has a better fixture because I don't think Watford's better. Oh, it's Super Cup, that's what it is? Okay, that would explain it. Yeah. So it's just Liverpool. Is it just Liverpool that's not playing? Because it's Liverpool versus somebody. Chelsea? Is it what, Europa versus Champions League players? Liverpool and West Ham. Why West Ham? That's pretty random. I don't know, I have no clue how the Super Cup works, so I don't know. I have not a clue. But anyway. Currently we have, we got Ramsdale currently in goal. We got double Leicester defense with Dunk down the back for Brighton. I'm considering playing Lundstrom over Dunk or Rico, but then I'll have double, so that 1 goal for each. No West Ham pool playing that game. Okay. I don't know how that tournament works, but okay, yeah. We have no West Ham players, and we have only 1 Liverpool player, so, and we can always play somebody else for that game week. Yeah, and we currently have Sterling as the captain with the 5 in midfield of Odoi, Mount, De Bruyne, Sterling, Sadio Mane, and then we have the 2 strikers leading the line. We also have Rico for a sub, Lundstrom second. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at there. I'm still undecided, like I said, on Pereira. I'm also still undecided on Dunk. Um, but there's a good rotation between him. So like when he has bad fixtures here, we can rotate him for Rico or Lundstrom, depending on what it is there. Um, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. So hopefully we can get some returns this week. Mind you, my team is really heavy on three teams basically. Like if Chelsea, City, and Leicester don't play well, I'm screwed. Yeah, I'm pretty much screwed. Club World Cup? Okay. I don't know how the tournament works at all. But yeah. Yeah, hopefully this team will work out. Not sure of any changes that I think I can make at the time. But yeah, Pereira and Dunk could be swapped. Maybe I go down to like a 4.5 for Dunk, like as somebody else, and then I bring in Robertson back as an example. Um, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But then again, obviously the Club World Cup or whatever it's called is gonna cause them to have a blank. So another jammy KDB vice captain incoming, probably. Probably. You know what? I'll make you happy. There we go. KDB will guaranteed play, so I can't be jammy on it. There you go. We'll just put him captain if he's just gonna do well. There we go. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. But yeah, so the most likely changes that I could be making to this is that Pereira and Dunk go out for like a 4.5 plus Robertson, or maybe like a 5.5 and like another like a 5 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this stream today. I'll be posting this on YouTube as soon as I can. And for all those wherever you are in the world, have a good day. Have a good night. Hope you all do well in Game Week 10 because Game Week 8 and 9 were absolute crap. And hopefully we get a nice high scoring week. So until the end of the game week, see ya.